Hi, I'm Dean Holland, and in this short presentation I'll reveal a new and controversial way for anybody who's failed to make money so far to quickly experience $1,000 paydays and start seeing 5 figures a month of pure profit, even if they've never made a penny online before and have no idea where to begin. The best part? The crazy side benefit of this revolutionary new solution is that even if everything you've done so far hasn't worked, or if you've been too confused to even get started, you might have a distinct advantage over everybody else. This little-known method is so powerful, even green newbies are using it to make serious money within just a few weeks of starting out. I'll introduce you to some of them and show you their results in just a moment. But before I reveal anything else, I need you to drop everything and pay close attention to this short video right now. This presentation could be removed at any time because what I'm sharing with you is highly controversial. To be blunt, this could be devastating to all the so-called gurus and charlatans out there. The guys trying to push endless get-rich-quick garbage onto you. So they'll fight tooth and nail to have this page taken down and bury my information forever. So please be aware, this whole thing could disappear at any time. Now, I need to warn you, you're going to be shocked by what you'll see in a moment. Probably outraged even. You'll be stunned by the truth behind the gurus and all the lies and half-truths they've been spinning you. Now, I need to ask you 2 very serious questions. First of all, haven't you already tried some of the stuff so many other people recommend? You know what I'm talking about, all the blogs, AdWord campaigns and all that other stuff people tell you to try. I'm betting you have. Or you are too confused by all the different options and instructions. And that leads me to my second question. Did any of this stuff work for you? Probably not, or you wouldn't be watching this video. So be honest. Doesn't it seem like everything you've tried has a catch? It looks great at first, but of course they don't tell you about the major drawback. And it's always something big. Like you're expected to already know how to build a website, or design graphics, or you need thousands of dollars for traffic. And that's just crazy. Let's be realistic. If you had thousands of dollars to spare, you wouldn't be trying to make more money, would you? If you're anything like me, this whole nightmarish situation is driving you crazy, and you're getting more desperate with every passing day. After all, you just need something that works like it says it does, with no hidden conditions or catches or whatever. Something that shows you clearly and easily where to start and how to make real money. But that just never seems to happen. There's always a complication or something that holds you back. Well, listen, it's not just you. It's like that for everyone. And do you know why that is? Because the people who have been helping you, all those so-called gurus and online business experts, all those guys have been telling you big, fat, ugly lies. They're tearing the truth into tiny pieces and force-feeding you little bits of it just to sound believable. And while they do that, they're mercilessly squeezing you for every penny they can. The brutal, nasty truth of this whole business is to all those guru guys, you're just a walking dollar bill. They promise to show you how to crack the code, but all they're doing is lining their pockets and supercharging their own income with your money. They're bloodthirsty, and they want your hard-earned cash and nothing else. They honestly don't give a crap if you succeed or if you fail. I know because I've been there. I've seen behind the curtain and discovered what makes everything tick, and I was thoroughly disgusted. So today it stops. Today we say no. We're drawing a line in the sand because it's wrong to prey on people like you. Honest people who just want to make some extra money and improve their lives. It's not a crime to want that. You see, not so long ago I was exactly where you are. And now that I'm not, now that I've made it through, I want to help you. I've put together something truly revolutionary, something just for you. The average person trying to make a buck, who's sick and tired of the lies, the half-truths and the deception, All you want is something that works so you can live the life you deserve. You refuse to be a wage slave for the rest of your days. And I understand that because it's how I felt too. So I've created something that's ready to help even the greenest, most clueless beginners make money within just a few weeks. Real money too. Not pathetic little $20 or $30 commissions. I'm talking about life-changing amounts of real, spendable cash. Without a doubt, I guarantee there are people with less experience and skill than you making it work for them today. In fact, why don't I let them tell you about it?
Hi, my name's Eric and I was making this recording today because I've joined Dean Holland's program, iPro Partnership Program, and I am amazed, simply amazed. I've been trying to make money online now for about 5 years. Not really done very well till now. Started Dean's program last week and wow, $683 in 3 days. No, it's not, I've not made me a millionaire. No, it's not one-click software. No, I haven't had to do loads of incredible amounts of work creating sites and finding products and all the rest of it, because it does it all for you. And I'm just so totally amazed. It's quite amazing that you can actually make money this easy on the internet.
Just yesterday, Dean phoned me up yesterday evening to tell me that I'd had my very first 4-figure day. I'd made 4 figures just yesterday as an iPro partner, which is an absolutely amazing feeling. And again, how did I do it? By putting into practice what I've learnt as an iPro partner and just listening to Dean's advice, putting his methods into practice. They work. It's as simple as that.
Hi, I'm Sally Savasco, and I'm here to share something very exciting that just happened to me. I just experienced my first 4-figure day online, and it's pretty amazing to me. I received the phone call, and I think I'm still in a little bit of shock that it happened, because not that I didn't expect it to, it's just amazing how well it works. At any rate, you're probably wondering how I did this. Well, I partnered up with a fellow named Dean Holland. And Dean Holland, I've been watching Dean and following him and his teachings for a few years, and he's a very sharp individual who has done amazing things online in a pretty short amount of time. And he put together this ingenious program where we can experience these kind of days and not have the headaches of building all the technical stuff. So there's only one task to do, and they show you exactly how to do it. So I would encourage you to definitely jump in with this. Just focus on this, and you'll be very happy you did.
In the next few minutes, I'll explain exactly how you can follow in their footsteps. And believe me, it really is simple. If you can use email or Facebook, you can do this. And don't worry, my system doesn't involve using either of those things. It's way simpler than all that. First, I need to come clean about how we got to this point. You see, I may be crushing it right now. Here's some of my own income for the last 3 months, with 3 figures, 4 figures, and even 5 figures every single day hitting my bank account. But it took me a long time to get to this point. Seemed like forever, and I'll tell you, it was a pretty rocky road to travel. One day, not too long ago, I was sitting exactly where you are right now. I was broke, I was desperate, but most of all, I was terrified. Why? Because I was 60 grand in debt, and the debt collectors were banging at my door hard enough to shake the hinges. $60,000. And I didn't even have a single buck to begin paying it back. And I'd like to tell you I fixed the situation by becoming an overnight online millionaire, but I'd be telling you a big, ugly lie. Instead, I'm giving you the truth. Exactly how I went from never having made a single dollar online to making 6 figures in a month. Ironically, before I got sucked into the black hole of online business, I was doing pretty well financially. It was 2004 and I had a steady job at a construction company. I was even making decent money, about $45,000 a year. Not a bad salary for a 24-year-old guy to live on. But I wanted more. Not just more money, more everything, more freedom, more life. I knew I hadn't been put on the planet to be a wage slave. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be free. You know that feeling? How you ache inside for something more, for something better. How every moment you spend in your job feels like your soul is being murdered. That's exactly how I felt too. It wasn't about money. It was about freedom, living the life I thought I deserved. And working at the construction company just wasn't going to get me there. Working for anybody wasn't going to get it done, to be honest. We all know that unless you're a pro athlete or CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you're never going to make the income you need to find true freedom. So I started searching the internet for ways to make extra money. You know how that works. They make everything look so good and exciting. They promise you you'll get paid to do surveys or get paid by Google to put links online, even complete 5 offers and get a free iPad, and all that other sketchy stuff that just turns out to be a mess of lies and manipulation. But I kept searching. I knew there was something out there, but it was a slippery slope. I was so desperate to break free, so determined to transform my life, I got into the habit of buying all the products and courses that were recommended to me. Every day my inbox was flooded with products and recommendations, and according to the emails, every single one was going to pour thousands and thousands of dollars into my bank account with just a few mouse clicks. Of course, none of them did. But I didn't stop trying. First of all, I tried being an affiliate, selling ClickBank stuff. That didn't work because I just couldn't get enough traffic. So I moved on to AdSense, and that didn't work either. Same problem. And then I realized I could just pay for traffic. So I moved on to Google AdWords and started paying for every single visitor. But before long, I'd racked up a huge ad spend, but saw nothing in return, not a penny. So again, I'd move on. And every day there was some new system or trick that I just had to try. But none of it worked. I was going broke fast. It was like tipping buckets of hard-earned cash directly down the drain. The only people getting rich were my credit card company and the guys I was buying all the stuff from. I felt like I was sliding into a big hole. Every month the debt went higher and I got more crazed and desperate. Every day I slid a little deeper into the hole of debt. The crazy thing is that when my credit cards got maxed out, I got a bank loan to pay them off. But then I got sucked back into the loop. And before long, I'd maxed them out again. In fact, in 2008, after 4 years of trying, I was still yet to make my first buck online. Can you believe that? 4 years of effort for absolutely zero payback. Not even a single dollar. Even worse, chasing this crazy dream had cost me 60 grand. $60,000. I'm gone from being a young guy, doing okay in his job and having enough money to enjoy his life, to being a guy who was on the edge of desperation, with $60,000 of debt and about to be declared bankrupt. It was terrifying. I was literally weeks from losing everything through bankruptcy. And then it happened. I had a breakthrough that changed everything. Something worked, and I actually made some money. And I have to admit, I didn't believe it was real until I saw the cash go into my account with my own eyes. And even then, it was a major life-changing moment. Here's how I did it. And the funny thing is, I almost missed it totally. I was on the mailing list for one of the online marketing gurus. This guy was one of the few that was honest and direct in his messages. He sent out an email letting his subscribers know he was speaking at an event in London, close to where I lived. As a way of meeting some of us, he offered to buy drinks in the bar for the first 10 people who replied to his email. So I replied, and a few weeks later found myself at a hotel bar in London, surrounded by all the famous internet millionaires I'd been reading about for so long. And that sounds great, doesn't it? But there was a huge problem. I was utterly starstruck. I had no idea how to talk to these guys. Even worse, I'd never made a penny online in my life. I felt like a complete fraud, a failure. In fact, I was so nervous, I just stood in the corner of the bar on my own, trying not to make eye contact with anybody. I couldn't even get up the courage to go and introduce myself to the guy who'd invited me. I felt truly pathetic. So I stood there all day by myself and ignored everyone. And when it was over, I watched the big guru, the one who'd invited me, gather his stuff and leave the hotel. I watched him walk right past me and out the door. But I still didn't say anything. It was like watching my hopes and dreams leave with him. And I realized I'd blown it. My one and only chance to make this work, to ask this guy all my questions and get some real help, and I just let it slip through my fingers. Man, what a mistake. What an idiot. Right then, I had a revelation. I said to myself, Dean, if you don't run after that guy and make something happen, this is as close as you'll ever get to freedom. Standing next to all these successful guys in a hotel bar, and you'll never break out of this debt. You'll never see where this path could lead, and you'll be stuck as a wage slave for the rest of your life. So I dropped my drink back on the bar and I sprinted after the poor guy. I probably looked like a wild-eyed lunatic, but I didn't care. I caught up with him outside the hotel as he was about to get into a cab. I grabbed his arm and blurted out who I was and that I needed to talk to him. I told him I was sorry I didn't speak before, but I was a little bit shy. And then I asked him the one question that anybody who's trying to make money from the internet is dying to know. What's the one thing I can do right now to start making money online? And do you know what happened? Even though I probably seemed like a deranged madman, he gave me some perfect and well thought out advice. And it was so simple. If I'd have heard it anywhere else, I'd have dismissed it immediately. He told me to go home and that night start a blog about making money online. I was quite embarrassed to admit to him that I'd never made any. Exactly, he said. Other people will want to hear your story. So I did it. I went home and started writing about my experiences, the products I'd bought, the different things I was trying and how none of it was working. I was completely honest on my blog. And because of that, something weird happened. People actually started reading it. I started getting regular readers coming back time and time again. For the first time in my life, I had the thing I'd been chasing for so long. I had traffic. And 5 weeks after that, I made my first money online. And it was a lot of money. At least it was to me. $1,729, in fact. How did that happen? How did I make money so fast? Simple. I recommended a product that I felt very strongly about on my blog. The price was about $500 and I made 7 affiliate sales at about $250 each. I couldn't believe it. Was it really that easy? Turns out, yes, it was. I put my affiliate commissions towards getting mentoring with the guru I mentioned earlier. And that's when things got really exciting. In fact, within about a year from there, I was making 6 figures a month. But it didn't last. You see, I screwed up. I didn't plan ahead. I simply didn't know enough about business to make my income sustainable. So instead of doing what every smart business person should do and work to make sure the income was real and permanent, I just assumed it would always be okay. And I went traveling the world for about a year, every single month, sometimes multiple times a month, jumping on a plane to Spanish islands, Greek islands, the United States of America, even traveling multiple parts of the Caribbean, all over the world. And one of my greatest memories, celebrating one of my birthdays in the Caribbean, swimming with dolphins. I'll never forget that day. It was an amazing experience, and I can't honestly say I regret it. But the truth is, if I hadn't done that, I'd be a millionaire many times over by now. Maybe even retired for good. You see, over that 1 year period, I saw my income steadily decrease from $115,000 a month all the way down to less than $5,000 a month. And by then, that wasn't even enough to cover my living expenses. And soon enough, I found myself back at square one. No income, no business, and no idea what to do. The only difference being that I'd quit my job a long time ago. So I was kind of screwed. So I went back to the drawing board. I realized I needed to build a sustainable business. Something where the income is bulletproof and where I only work when I want to. And I'll tell you, it took me a long time to figure it out. Almost 2 years, in fact. And tens of thousands of dollars spent on research, staffing, product creation, and everything else you can imagine. And then during 2012, it started to work. It began slowly, but after a couple of months, it was exploding with breathtaking amounts of cash. I went from making absolutely nothing to making the first $2,000 or $3,000 a month, then 5, then 10, and it continued multiplying from there. And right now, I make as much as $12,000 a day. Let's face it, most people don't make that in a month, but that's what I call a good day. And it's all because I went back and reverse engineered this whole thing and created a new business from scratch. I tailored it to what I wanted, and the results have been astonishing ever since. In the first 10 months of 2013, we made a total of $318,598.81 in the early stages of this system. This new system really is like nothing you've ever seen before. And for the first time ever, I'm revealing the whole thing to people outside my close-knit circle of insiders. It's called Big Commission Blueprint. And inside, I'm going to take you through every single aspect of my business, show you how it works, why it's put together this way, and how you can copy it and make big money for yourself. So you'll discover important business secrets like why almost everybody fails to make money online, the basic fundamental secrets that hold almost everybody back. I guarantee you, anybody who's ever made $1 million or more online has definitely been using these exact principles. Why your business should always be growing, and why, if it isn't, it means you've got major issues that will eventually cripple it and force your income back down to zero. How to get your ultimate leverage from your business and turn it into a real business, not just a tiny little revenue stream coming from your laptop. In just a second, I'll explain exactly how to get your hands on this life-changing product very easily. But first, I need you to understand exactly how important it is for you to have a blueprint like this. You see, using my techniques and ideas, you'll be able to skip the tough newbie phase of having an online business, just like these guys have.
He called me yesterday and he was like, you know, Alex, guess what? You just made your first $1,000 day. I was so thrilled. I nearly fell off my freaking chair, you know, because I've never made $1,000 day before. So I couldn't believe it. I must have asked him like 5 times, is this for real? You know, I'm just so excited to be part of this program. Dean, thank you so much for opening up the doors to basically allow us to be part of this program.
When I started, I didn't have any idea how to start a business online or any marketing skills whatsoever, and I've just followed the program. Now, the reason for this video is that I just want to let everyone know I've just made a couple of sales. And incredibly, you'd think your first couple of sales would be just for a few dollars online, but no, I've just made over $1,200 in one day, which is absolutely fantastic.
I made about $1,390 within a span of 2 to 3 days. I mean, over 4 figures on the internet. Me, it was mind-boggling, and I knew that people did it. But when it happened to me, it just really just opened my eyes to the potential of what this program has afforded me an opportunity to do. So I mean, again, I mean, I've never, never been in a position where I could really have a testimonial to say what I'm saying today. But this is the honest to God truth, that this program absolutely flat out works.
In response to a message from Sally, one of our customers, I said, wow, so in reality you have only been driving traffic and leads for about 4 weeks and you've made $2,200? Imagine what you'll be doing a few months from now. Sally's response, yes, I know, it's mind-blowing. And another customer, John, who's posted me this on Facebook. I am currently working nights at the moment, so should be sleeping right now, but was awoken by a phone call from Dean himself telling me I had another 4-figure day. That's 2 in 8 days. How am I supposed to sleep now? Thank you, it was worth waking up for. Now, this idea of skipping the newbie phase is very important. Why? The newbie phase is almost impossible to get through. Most people don't make it. They quit, and so they never see the income they dream of. It's estimated that 90% of the money online is made by only 3% of the people. I've seen that written several times, but to be honest, I think it's even lower. I'd bet it's more like 1% of the people making 97% of the money. And let's be honest, roughly 0% is being made by newbies. They just can't compete with the ultra-successful guys, those 1%ers. Think about this. If you're going it alone, you're starting from scratch, working everything out as you go. And here's just an idea of what you'll need to learn. How to create a product, how to create a compelling offer, how to write copy that makes people actually want to buy, how to create a sales funnel with multiple products so that each sale isn't the last and you make maximum cash from every buyer. How to put together an email follow-up sequence that continues to make big profits on autopilot. Continually develop new products and angles. Customer support. How to test and optimize to make your business grow. And on it goes. And let's face it, you could do this full time for years and not get all that stuff covered. So you still wouldn't make any money. If you think about it that way, it's quite obvious that the 1%ers are experts at this, isn't it? They're pros. This is what they do. And they generate the big boy cash because they're so good at it. Because make no mistake, there's almost infinite potential with an internet business. You could make millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions even. But if you follow the traditional route to get there, you'll need to be an expert before you see results. You need the skills and expertise to get yourself up into that 1%. And the rewards are great, but getting there is a real problem. Scientists say it takes around 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. So if you worked on your internet business 10 hours a day, every day, you'd be an expert exactly 2 years and 9 months from now. But that's working 7 days a week, with no days off at all, not even for holidays. And let's be honest, who has the time to work on this stuff 10 hours a day? If you're looking at just spending an hour or 2 a day, like most people, it would take you 13.5 years to get to the 10,000 hour point. And yes, that sounds tough enough on its own, but that's before you even think of the money you'll be spending. Because you'll need to buy products and do research and all kinds of stuff to build your business. It'll probably cost you tens of thousands of dollars, to be honest. And that's on the low side. And you probably won't make a single penny of it back until you do reach expert status. Isn't that horrifying? Yes, I know it sounds bleak, but that's probably your future if you decide to go it alone. But with a ready-made internet business system like mine, everything is different. Why? Because I've done it for you. I already went through all that stuff. I did the hard work. I put the money in, and I certainly put the hours in. It's taken me almost 10 years to get to this point. But now I've got the entire system perfected. And I'm opening it to the public for the first time. Here's a little of what you can discover inside Big Commission Blueprint. First of all, you're getting complete access to what I call my 6 steps to 6 figures business model. I use this exact model in exactly the way you'll see it explained. And it makes me up to 6 figures a month, month in, month out. And the best part is I've managed to automate most of it, so I don't have to work unless I want to. I mean, can you imagine that happening to you? First of all, making 6 figures a month will change your life so much for the better. Your days will be unrecognizable to how they are now. You'll be able to do anything you want to do, and you'll have the time freedom too. Next, you'll see my 5 favorite traffic methods. Each one of them works like crazy and is devastatingly simple. Complex traffic systems create complex problems, and I want my business to be easy. So I use these 5 methods every day to make my business grow. And it's working. Even better, you'll see exactly how these simple traffic systems plug directly into my business model. From there, I'll blow the lid off the great traffic myth and how it's probably crippling anything you've wanted to do so far online. This is probably one of the major reasons why you've never seen any success so far. And once I explain to you how badly it's been holding you back, your entire future will blossom with massive potential. Then I'll show you how one of my personal students reached her first $1,000 day. I'll show you exactly what she did in a step-by-step format, and you'll be able to follow her easily without all the fuss and confusion you've probably been dealing with before. With that, you'll finally understand what I've been saying all along. It's really not hard to make serious amounts of money from the internet once you have a system that works. And once you get it from somebody who's not just trying to get money out of you. I'll also open up and give you my highest level strategies and concepts. And these are usually the things that help you expand into serious money from an online business. So once you achieve a certain level, you'll be able to keep working at it and endlessly expand until you're making millions of dollars a year. And I really will show you exactly what to do to get there. And that's just scratching the surface. There's so much inside here, so many huge benefits. I could list them all day, and this thing would stretch into being dozens and dozens of pages long. But you don't have time for that, and neither do I. So instead, I'm only going to tell you the most important stuff, the things you need to know, like why it's called Big Commission Blueprint. That really is important, so I'm going to explain it to you right now. First of all, I need you to picture something for me. Let's imagine you've already had an online business for quite a while, and you're making 1 affiliate sale a day. For each sale, you get a $30 commission. Not too shabby, right? Just 1 sale a day adds up to around $900 a month. And that would be pretty awesome to most people. Would probably cover their car payment and help them with all kinds of other expenses. But let's reframe it a little bit. I want to change things up to show you how life could be if you were working with me on this. Instead of making $30 a sale, imagine how it would be if you made $1,000 a sale. Same 1 sale a day, but for each one you get $1,000. Suddenly you're making 30 grand a month instead of just $900. A sale a day at $1,000 each gives you around $30,000 a month. Big difference, right? Well, yes, huge difference in what it means to your life. $30,000 a month goes a long way. It would give you a lifestyle that most people can only dream of, but not really a big difference effort-wise. Why? Because if you do it right, if you follow the exact strategies and step-by-step system I'll lay out for you, you'll be making those big commissions with the exact same amount of effort you'd have to put in to make the piddly little $30 commissions. Now, let me ask you a really obvious question. If you had the choice between making $900 a month or making 30 grand a month for the same amount of effort, you'd choose the big money, right? Of course you would. Anybody in their right mind would. And that's exactly the choice I'm giving you today. by laying out my entire business model the way I do inside Big Commission Blueprint. I'm showing you exactly how to make those big commissions. I'll walk you through it step by step. And listen, it doesn't matter if right now you don't know what to do. It doesn't matter if you can't drive traffic, can't build websites, can't do anything at all. In fact, that's what this course is designed for. To take people who have no idea where to start and lead them by the hand until they're making 5 figures a month. And as you've seen from all the comments and testimonials I've shown you from satisfied customers, it's happening every day. I'm taking raw newbies, people who were broke and clueless when they began, and helping them make big commissions. And those commissions are changing their lives. Right now, you're probably wondering about something pretty important. You're wondering why I'm opening up and giving away my whole business model like this. After all, it's taken me almost 10 years to get to this point. It took me a very long time to create this, what I call the perfect business model. And aside from that, it was very expensive to go through all the testing and trial and error that got me here. And that's why this is so valuable. What I'm revealing here could quite easily transform your fortunes, the way it's changing other people's every day. And it works regardless of whether you're new to online business or have experience already. So that's a great question. Why would any right-minded entrepreneur reveal their closest guarded business secrets like this? Well, I'm going to level with you and give you the truth. The real reason I'm being so open with all this amazingly valuable information, the truth is, I want to partner with you. Maybe. If you make the cut. You see, I'm looking for partners to work with to expand my empire. And the best way of finding just the right people is to see who performs best with this Big Commission Blueprint program. And so if you turn out to be one of those people, you'll receive an exclusive personal invitation from me to partner up and get your share of some very spectacular profits. So next time I have a day like this, half that money could be heading directly to you. Doesn't that sound great? Well, you'll get the full lowdown inside Big Commission Blueprint. And I promise you, it'll blow your mind. Now, we need to talk about price. And before we do that, I want to make you a promise. Actually, this is more than a promise. This is a guarantee. Let me explain. I know this system works. It took a lot of trial and error to get to this point, and it definitely works. I know that because this system pays my bills, and it also pays the bills of all the people you've heard about so far today. And for that reason, I know it will work for you too, and for anybody else who tries it and puts the effort in. So here's what I want to do right now, with no obligation at all. Get access in just a moment, I'll show you how, and then go through all the course materials right now. Start applying the stuff I show you immediately and watch what happens. If you don't see a complete change in your fortunes, major differences in your life, let me know and I'll arrange a full and prompt refund of every penny you paid. Actually, no. I'll go one better than that. If you try this, really try it, and if it doesn't work for you, I'll give you 10 times your money back. That's how sure I am that this is going to be the thing that changes everything for you. In fact, I'm not just sure, I know it's going to change everything for you. Because I've already seen the same thing happen for so many other people. All you need to do, if it doesn't work, for whatever reason, is let me know in the first 30 days. And I'll get your 10 times refund arranged. No questions, no excuses, and no hassles. And that incredible guarantee right there means you can go ahead and try this with no risk at all. If it doesn't work, you actually make money. The two options you have right now are to make a ton of money from this, like so many other people are doing. Or I give you 10 times your money back. You profit either way. That's not something you can say too often, is it? But now, like I said before, we need to talk about the price. Now, obviously, I'm not going to let you have this information for free. We've already talked about how valuable it is and how much money it cost me to visualize and create this revolutionary business system. Giving it away free would be insanity, plain and simple. I'd go broke, and I don't want that. But although I can't give it away for free, I can promise to make it completely affordable, okay? So let me ask you a question. What's it worth to you to be making those huge $1,000 plus commissions within the next few months? Or next couple of weeks even? Seriously, put a number on it. How much would you pay to be able to snap your fingers right now and suddenly have an income like that? It's worth a lot, isn't it? Probably thousands, if you're honest. Or let's look at it from another angle. How much money have you spent so far on trying to make money online? It's different for everybody, but I ran up debts of $60,000 and still failed. What about you? And how much time have you put into it? How much is that time worth? Now, I know this is going to work for you, so I could charge you thousands of dollars for it. After all, I know it wouldn't be long until you've made all your money back and were making money hard and fast. So even if I did charge you $5,000 or $6,000 for this, it would be well worth it. But I'll be straight with you. I've got no desire to be one of those guys who's just making the rich richer. You see, deep down, I'm still just like you. I remember exactly what it was like to feel the paralyzing fear of not making any money. And what it feels like to get all your hopes built up, only to have them crumble when your latest project fails. They were heartbreaking days for me. And I don't think anybody should have to go through that. So as long as I can at least break even with this, I want to offer it as cheaply as possible. I want everybody to be able to afford it with no exceptions. So if you go ahead with this right now, I'll give it to you for less than you'd pay for a McDonald's meal. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to give this to you for less than $50. Less than $20, in fact. But only if you act now. Get in on this today and I'll let you have it for just $19.95. Now let's be honest, $20 for something this powerful is nothing. Anybody could afford it. In fact, I bet you've spent many times that on products that didn't help you one bit. And then there are the other expenses of having an online business. Hosting, email autoresponder fees, things like that. Most people pay for those without even thinking about it. But the truth is, they're not going to make you money unless you have everything else in place. The bottom line is that until you have a solid, reliable business model to rely on, it doesn't matter what else you're doing. Everything is doomed to fail. It's a bit like building a house without a foundation. It may look good at first, but pretty quickly the whole thing will come tumbling down. And that's what happens to an online business without a proven system to follow. Don't you think it's time you had that perfect business model? Something that can get you to at least $10,000 a month? Of course it is. So you need to take me up on this amazing offer right now. After all, I've made sure you're covered with an amazing guarantee. That protects you in every way and removes every ounce of risk for you. In fact, if you're not happy, I'll pay you for having tried this. And you've got 30 whole days to try it before you need to decide. Hit the button below to get full access right now for one simple payment of just $19.95. Now, when you think about it, you're standing at a crossroads right now. From here, you've only got two options. You can walk away, or you can jump on this for the amazing bargain that deep down you know it is. You can go limping back to your current business, continue struggling, continue building up debt, and never making real money. Or you can get access to my course right now and make immediate and permanent improvements to your business fortunes. Suddenly, you're making $1,000 commissions daily, no matter where you are right now, and you're actually enjoying your internet business for the first time. In fact, for the first time, you feel proud and confident when you tell your family and friends about your business. because you can show them once and for all the torrents of cash flooding into your account every single day. Don't you think that sounds better than going back to whatever you've been doing so far? Of course it does. And you're just one tiny $19.95 payment away from making that happen. So here's what to do now. Click the button below right now. Then grab your favorite credit card. You'll be taken immediately to my 100% secure order page. Simply fill out your details there and you'll get instant access to the members area, where you can find a quick introduction video from me, and then I'll take you through the steps so you can get started fast. Now, after all this, you're probably wondering, where's the catch? And I don't blame you. It's not every day somebody offers to show you the inner workings of $1 million business, is it? But there's no catch. The only tiny fly in the ointment is the fact that you need to act right now. I can't promise I'll keep this open forever, or even until the end of today. Like I said, I'm only barely breaking even with this. So I reserve the right to remove it or increase the price without notice. And that means if you don't act now, you're either going to miss out altogether or come back and find out I'm asking you to pay 10 times as much. Or even worse, I may remove that risk-free guarantee. And sure, it's worth that and even more. But wouldn't you rather get in right now for less than the price of a gallon of gas? Go ahead, hit the button right now, and I'll see you on the other side. Oh, and don't forget, with my guarantee, you get 10 times your money back if this doesn't work for you. So you have nothing at all to lose by trying it out right now. You see, I want this to work for you, so we can partner up and make money together. Hit the button now, and I'll see you on the other side.